The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has advised for, or rather calls for proper elections into local government councils across the country to ensure legitimate administration at that level of government. Chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, stated this at a meeting with the Forum of State Independent Electoral Commissions of Nigeria for SIACON in Abuja. Neil Sampson has the report.
FOSIACON is a body created 18 years ago and vested with the power to conduct, organize, supervise all elections to local government councils within states, and also to render such advice as it may consider necessary to the Independent National Electoral Commission on the compilation and registration of voters for the local government election in states. During their visit to the commission, they spoke on the need to review their MOU with the commission as well as development of a strategic work plan, among others.
The joint INEC FOSIACON committee was formerly headed by Dr. Adekunle Ladekpo Ogunmola, with Mariam Iya Musa as secretary. This committee held its meeting last on the 5th of February 2022 at this commission's headquarters. The forum was also represented at the meeting with the National Assembly on electoral reforms that was held in Lagos. We request that the committee be reconstituted to give it more impetus and new direction towards achieving the core objectives of conducting free, fair, and credible elections at all levels.
INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu frowned against the manner local government elections are conducted in the country and charged FOSIACON to take the bull by the horn whenever states are conducting elections for local governments.
Unfortunately, the conduct of local government elections in virtually all the states of the Federation has become mere coronation of candidates of the ruling parties. It is time to stop the coronation and conduct proper elections. State governors should allow the state independent electoral commissions to have greater capacity for independent action. Many of the state electoral commissions have no functional offices in the local government areas in their states and cannot recruit their own permanent staff. In some states, the state electoral commissions are either not properly constituted, have no security of tenure, or their critical functions have been taken over by government officials. I therefore appeal to FOSIACON to take the bull by the horns. While there are legal and financial constraints to your operations, your independence does not necessarily draw from statutory or financial provisions alone. The courage with which you discharge your obligation to protect the integrity and credibility of elections is the most important determinant of success. There are no shortcuts to the discharge of this enormous responsibility.
Stakeholders are hopeful that the meeting charts a new course for the conduct of local government elections in Nigeria. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Residents of Benue State have called the Senate to ensure that autonomy for local governments is achieved to enable that tier of government function effectively. The call followed the Senate's recent call on the federal President Tinubu to facilitate local government autonomy in the country. According to residents of Benue State, the Senate can do more to ensure that the object is achieved, or rather the objective is achieved. Jimmy Azande reports.
The local government as a third tier of government has remained politically, financially, and administratively dysfunctional, largely due to the unbearing influence of governors, as highlighted by the recent debate in the Nigerian Senate.
The security situation in the country is compounded. The healthcare delivery system in the country is not working, particularly at the local government level. The educational system, as we all know, particularly primary education, which is supposed to be the responsibility of the local government, they are no longer capable of carrying out these responsibilities.
Go back to Section 7, where this local government controlled by governors is, which is on the joint state and local government account.
Benue residents believe that until local governments are administered autonomously, development at that level will be stifled due to undue influence.
That starting from 1999, when Obasanjo came into governance, he sort of scrapped or bastardized the local government system, because powers that were vested in the local government before his advent into governance were taken away from the local government chairman, and he tried to reduce the tenure of local government chairman from 4 years to 2 years in some cases in some states, or to 3 years in some states.
In the pronouncement by the Senate recently, the residents say the Nigerian Senate should act according to the Constitution to save the third tier of government.
Because the power of legislation, lawmaking, lies in the National Assembly, pursuant to Section 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And if the National Assembly deems it fit to amend the Constitution, as well as the state houses of assembly passing the resolution that will guarantee the amendment of the Constitution, that will give full autonomy to the local government. It is only when the president has refused to assent to it that the president can now be dragged into the whole issue.
The residents say the benefits of local government autonomy are numerous, hence the need to make it work in Nigeria.
The third tier of government is closer to the people, and I think if they have their full autonomy, it will enable them provide the dividend of democracy, such as provision of water, roads, Govt, and other basic amenities to the people, the grassroots.
They believe that all stakeholders that need to work toward achieving this goal should unite for the sake of rural dwellers. Jimmy Azande, Trust TV News, Makurdi.